It's oh so quiet.
Everything's different. Everything has changed.
Everything is awesome. Wait,
Everything is dangerous.
it's so creepy.
I know, it's terrible.
It's so creepy.
We'll never know just who things are. That's one of the things we didn't do. Is we didn't actually make the playlist of Christmas songs that everyone lives with, which is too bad.
No, there's more time till Christmas, Matt.
Is there? Okay. But not Hanukkah. Hanukkah's today.
Not Hanukkah. Hanukkah's
Today.
mid Hanukkah. Wonder if people enjoy us whispering to each other.
I don't know. I don't know why they would. But
I don't know why they wouldn't.
well. Right. Okay.
I can't hear what you're saying, just that you're giggling.
It doesn't matter.
Cool.
I want to make sure you're not frozen, though.
Do I look frozen?
Let me see. 1 second. No, you're not. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no, it started over. I guess we should go.
I guess we could just start.
We should just go. We should just go. Na 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 na. Power to the people. Oh, man, I have already forgotten the name of it. Soginot.
Oh, yes.
Soginot.
Your delicious delectables behind you.
Happy Hanukkah, y'all. The theme for today is our favorite Hanukkah foods, which we have some. And except the problem is that instead of jelly-filled donuts, there is a name for this special treat behind me. It looks like this, if you know what I mean, but I can't really figure out how to say it, which is so lame of me. Sorry, Internet.
Roll call. Who's watching? And does anybody who is watching, Noi, Jenna, know how to
Say
pronounce this treat?
Soginot.
Soggy
Jelly-filled
nuts?
donuts. What do you have there, Allison?
Latkes!
Latkes.
With sour cream. Oh wait, I always do that. Sour cream and applesauce.
Gosh,
In the traditional way, right? Is that traditional? I don't know. I just know it's delicious.
damn it, that looks good. Wow.
Mhm.
Oh my
Our
gosh.
backgrounds are truly, truly making me hungry.
Yeah, seriously.
Um,
For the first time ever, a background.
Yeah, I've never been
drives me
hungry
pure.
before. It's not a.
I've never been hungry before.
Hey, it looks like we're missing someone. Oh no,
We're missing
where's
someone.
Evan?
I know.
Oh.
I have to tell you, we absolutely tried so ridiculously hard to get my brother on this show today, everybody. Yeah, it's very frustrating. Evan is on a working vacation in a beautiful place. It really should just be a vacation, but they just wanted a change of pace. They get to this beautiful cabin. I mean, he showed us pictures. It's like gorgeous, enormous fireplace and just absolutely lovely tree. It was just included in the price, I guess. And little Bernie, the dog, just kind of, and but the internet is terrible. The internet is terrible. We lived in Mexico for 3 months in the winter of 2016, and I don't think I had ever experienced internet that bad since 1997, which is when it was dial-up. But Evan says that it is similar, if not worse, than Mexico. So we tried so hard to get him. We were going to have him phone in. It was going to be this whole complicated thing, and it did not work. So this week we're Evan-less. Evan-less. Evan-less.
We're sorry, you guys.
We're sorry, you guys. Yeah, I know.
You're stuck. You're stuck with us.
You're stuck with us today. Amy is here. Megan, and I know we're making everybody hungry, including ourselves.
Fridays are the days I tend to skip lunch accidentally, and lately we've been talking about food, and I got to fix that. I mean, that'll be my goals for next week. Maybe somebody text me at an appropriate lunchtime next Friday and say, "Allison, eat lunch."
Allison, please eat lunch.
This is what being an entrepreneur does to you. I think before this time in my life, I swore I would never miss a meal, and now I.
It's so true.
Do a lot.
No, it happens. It's so easy to happen. It's just so easy. Yep. Please let us know, of course, those usual live stream things. How's the sound? How's the video quality? It always helps.
I mean, we're
us.
getting some "I'm hungry too" comments, so I'm guessing that our visuals are great. Shall we roll initiative?
Let us in our first segment called Roll Initiative. In which today Matt and Allison get to speak a little bit about their weeks, but as decided by chance, the roll of a 20-sided die.
It went off the table because I didn't do it into my tray. So hold on.
Well,
bear with me.
I have a funny feeling that you're going to be A-OK, AK.
Did you roll a nat one?
I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 5.
There you go.
So.
All right, take it away, AK. What is
I'm going to be okay.
Wait, sorry, I forgot about this part. This is a part that we forgot last week in our little thing. Now,
timer.
The time timer does not actually.
Oop, your sound went away. I can't hear you. The time timer just. It was so excited that it took it away.
Check 1, check 2, check 2. Yay. Wow, it just went away. Hold on. Maybe I knocked something in moving the time timer. Let me see if I can get me back.
Do you need to change your batteries? Nope. You went away again.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. No.
Oh, now you're back.
Yeah, it's back. Shh. Just in time, time timer. I know that my sound quality just went down. I'm sorry. That is, I wasn't expecting this to work. Does it sound a lot worse, by the way?
No, not to me.
Okay, good. Good job, MacBook Air. Anyway, this is called the time timer. And this is a new delight that I have. It's designed for younger folks. It's designed for people who want to experience time in a more visual way, and with people with ADHD, because you just look at colors. We're really putting this to its test, though, because the time timer really is supposed to be more like 15, 20, obviously. Yeah, okay, get it. I get it. Or an hour. We're only going to give ourselves 1 minute to talk about our weeks. So,
30 seconds. 30
well,
seconds.
I actually can't put 30 seconds on here. So you got a whole minute. I just can't figure it out.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. You got a whole minute. Are you ready? Steady and go. What's your week?
Okay. So this week was actually a really good, really productive week. Most notably, I designed and almost finished, it's going to go live probably tomorrow, a website on Squarespace, which was a super fun exercise for me, both in building a website and also in thinking completely through a customer experience. Evan taught me everything I need to know about that. And then I also am here to report that I got really, really sucked into a show. I'm very curious if anybody out there has watched it. Amazon Prime show called Upload. It's really messed up, but also really, really good. It ends on a major cliffhanger. And I finished it last night and I am not okay. And I need to talk about it. So I need to know who out there I can talk about it with. I have made the recommendation to Matt and Evan that they watch it so that hopefully they will talk about it with me too. Other than that, I did a bunch of work in spreadsheets, which is exactly as fun and sexy as it sounds. I wrote some communications plans. I did some email marketing because we're getting into end of year. And so it's time to ask people, nonprofits like to ask for donations this time of year. So we're putting together those pleas. Okay.
That was beautiful.
I think it's time for me to stop talking now.
That was beautiful. That was absolutely magical. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, great job. So I'm now going to set it, and it's my turn. And 1 and 2 and 3, I will change to me. Hi, everybody. My name is Matt. This is my time timer, and this week I got the following things done. This week I learned a lot about APIs. I'm not going to get too deep into this because I don't know. It's a thing, but I will share something that I learned that I thought was fascinating, and it kind of has made me think all week about this. So I'm a developer, so I knew what an API was. But if you really think about it, the amazing thing about what they call an API, application protocol interface, is that pretty much everything in 2020 is an API, speaks through an API. We're talking everything because what the API is it's an abstraction from everything. Case in point, I do not know how this time timer actually works. That was me. And that's it.
Your minute.
And that's my minute. I was just getting to the good part, but that's what Roll Initiative is all about. So you guys are gonna have to wait for another whole week to find out which part of that time timer is the API. You probably guess.
Rude.
I
already told you how I'm scarred this week from something that ended on a major cliffhanger, and then here you go, and you plop another cliffhanger into my real life.
I will say that I did watch the first episode of Upload, and it's so hard for me not to compare it to The Good Place.
The Good Place,
because it has a very decidedly different tone. So first off, it's not NBC, so people are like beep 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 all over the place. So it's already a little darker, but I'm very curious. I'm very curious to see how it moves forward. I'm curious.
I'm so glad that you started watching it. I can't wait. I watched it's only 10 episodes, 30-minute episodes, and I watched them all this week.
Yes. I have a quick question for you.
What?
Do we have to do something to turn on captions Facebook-wise?
That's such a good question.
Isn't it a great question?
I think it's a great question. Let's go find out.
Let's find out.
We're doing this live.
We've had a request
Bivens
for
Brothers
captions.
Creative on Facebook. Let's go into settings, and auto-generated captions are now on. Boom.
Great.
Bada bing, bada boom. So yes, we just learned something live on air. We have to do something to affect auto-generated captions going out onto the World Wide Web. You're welcome.
Yeah. Apparently, these auto-generated captions from Facebook Live work surprisingly well. Apparently, they are pretty close to okay, which is saying a lot in the whole world of speech to text.
I really want that to be my autobiography title. Allison Kendrick, pretty close to okay.
Pretty close to okay. We're getting a report on whether they were turned on or not. We'll find out.
Well, so they're on, but I think then the end users have to go. So they're enabled, but you have to go select on the settings. Oh, wait, no. Weird. I put them on and then it went back off. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Let's see if they're on now. Okay, now they really are toggled to on.
Okay, now they really are toggled to on. Now they
yes,
really
there I see them.
Are toggled. Yeah, so this is for everybody actually doing stuff like this. This is a very interesting thing to make your live streams more accessible. Of course, you need to be thinking about captions, and no, it is not a perfect solution for anyone. It should not be, but they have not made it particularly easy, Facebook, to automatically turn on captions, which is weird.
Amy is down in the comments. She's telling people how to enable them if they can't see them for themselves.
Our friend Amy Cox says, click that
click on that little wrench and toggle it.
Toggle on. Everybody got a toggle on.
Love it.
Yeah.
Good teamwork, everybody.
Yeah. Amy's in the house. Lindsay Jean is in the house. Sarah Beckman is in the house. Hi, Sarah Beckman. Sarah Beckman. Sarah Beckman Mobley, to be precise. Thanks for being here, everybody. We're still waiting for the pronunciation of the gorgeous jelly-filled donuts that happen during Hanukkah for food. Man, I really am getting hungry just looking at this. Ooh. So yes, so please, it's Sogenyot, we're hoping, or something to that. So please correct us violently. Great. Ooh, our friend Kyle Hammond comes in. He says he found a new way to live CC. Always share that bleep, my man, because we're always ready to hear ways to caption new. It is changing a lot. It's changing really fast. Did I say last week that I now can use webcaptioner.com and beam it into Zoom? So a Zoom call? Maybe I didn't mention that. That would be rude.
Beam me up.
So it's not that difficult a process, and it's absolutely free. Again, it would work about as well as captions are working for you right now, looking at live. But hey, come on, a little better than whatever.
I love it.
Anyway.
Are we ready, Matt, to try our first poll?
Yes. Allison's been very excited about this. We have created polls for y'all to fill out. Guess who did not actually put the URL, though? I could probably do it real quick. Go.
I mean, oh yeah, you should do that. Well, here, we gotta talk about what we're gonna poll the audience on, professionals that we are, before anybody has to go take a poll. So
you do that while I'm doing this. You do that.
I'll tee it up while you tee that up. It's gonna be great. So this is actually a real question that I have as a social media manager for you, the good 12 people of the world that are watching this using social media. As you're scrolling through on Facebook or Matt, back on you now. What about me?
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Let's go back to you because that's much better. Sorry.
I mean, I don't care. But anyways, so as you're scrolling through your feeds, do you read full, like the text, the copy, the caption that comes up? A lot of times if it's too much text, you have to click on see more. Do you actually click on see more, or do you kind of glean whatever it is that you need to know about that social media post from just the first line or two of copy? I want to know. I want to hear from you. So if everybody who is watching this, please don't let me down. Go to bivensbrothers.com / poll the party. Poll the party. Just one poll the party. So bivensbrothers.com / poll the party. Matt is busy pulling it up. Yep, there it is.
There it is.
So we need you to go to that link right now and tell us, do you click see more to read the full copy? Yeah. Especially when the people typing it are really long-winded like me and Matt tend to be?
Yes. In social media, it is always better to be brief. It is always better because... So you probably know this, but in web world, you call that above the fold. Anything that when you open up your website, boom, what you see is what you get. So you're constantly
trying. Where does that phrase come from, Matt? Where does that phrase come from, Matt? You don't know? Really?
Well, what I'm assuming is that if you compare a web page to
to a sheet of paper, which you would. It's a page, and you open the page, and then anything, like if you're folding a page in half, then you will have click a fold, and so at the folded point, click when it's that line. If you fold something back, then the bottom is not seen, of course. So it would be above this fold, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then on your laptop, that translates to anything at the bottom of your browser that's cut off because you have to scroll to it above the fold.
Yep.
I sounded
Above
like I know
the
what I was
fold.
talking about. Yep.
You
And
did.
Kyle says even better. It's the newspaper.
It's the newspaper.
Yeah.
Well, and it's translated, and so the digital form of above the fold is above the scroll. But yes, it started out with newspapers, like what you had to physically unfold if you're reading a newspaper, then translated into social media marketing, then translated into direct mail marketing. Above the fold is in when you read a piece of mail, you have to open it up, fold, and then we all digitized it. So anywho, Matt, can you show the results? Do you have the link up ready to go? Because
let's go to the poll page.
Let's go to the poll page. Well, first of all, Matt, you should vote first. So do you click see more? Or do you just...
I guess I need to get rid of that. Let's see. Do I click see more on social media text? Sure. Oh, but I can't. Wait, hold on. Sure. Nope, not that one. Hold on. New things. I'm voting right now. Ooh.
Hey, look, we can see our results.
How about that?
People said sure. 20% of people said not so much. And yes, we understand that there are if there's somebody in your feed that you are completely enthralled by, you're probably going to be more apt to click see more than somebody who bores the pants off you. Totally cool.
I love that.
Lindsay Jean liked your green screen.
Yeah. We're, that's the behind the scenes part of the show, right?
That was fun. Did you guys enjoy being polled, or was that totally lame? You can drop a comment and tell us if you liked.
Yes. So Sarah says, start anything that you write before the fold and use exciting language. That's exactly right. Make people care about it.
What did we learn last week? The rule of Fitzwibbits, finding interesting ways to say boring stuff. That's my favorite marketing rule. So Sarah just said it in a different way.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I love how our friend Amy said, it depends on what it's about, and then nah, I don't click, which is fine. I get it. I get it.
I just assume that everything that Matt and I have to say is so gripping that you guys will hit see more.
No, it's funny though.
If you have to.
When we talk about social media and we talk about how much work it is, and people are like, what are you talking about? For me, that is part of the work and the learning and that was the part that is really difficult. I am very long-winded, as we can clearly see. I'm still talking, and it takes me a long time to get to the point of what I'm saying. Well, that translates into my prose as well, and I can use a lot of words just to say one thing. But it is really important to kind of get it down. Chop it down, chop it up. So good job.
I see a really great question in the audience because it's something I like to argue about too. Lindsay Jean wants to know, speaking of green, are Matt's eyes blue or green? Listen, I have definitively blue or definitively green eyes. See, I'm confusing myself. These are what green eyes look like.
Let's see.
Yeah. Do my eyes look anything like Matt's? No, Matt's eyes are blue. At the end, they're blue, way in below. We'll wait.
I'm gonna go there.
They're blue.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just when I look at them, they're green. So. Don't I have to say this?
The first time Matt told me he thought his eyes were green, it really. In fact,
I'm going to say his eyes are green. That's my vote. I just voted. No, I accept that mine are on the bluer side of.
Thank you, Meg. Someone in here with some sense. My eyes are.
I'm not against
my eyes
blue
are definitely. But my eyes are definitely not blue, Lindsay, because she's just said that she thinks it looks like we both have blue eyes. No, there's nothing blue about my eyes. But once again, I am colorblind. So what do I know?
Excellent point. Excellent point.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready for
What do we have
our
next?
segment? What do
It's
we
going
have
so
next?
well.
Going
I
so well.
forgot to put the. I forgot to.
You didn't put the poll party, and I wasn't gonna rag
Isn't
you
that
over
beautiful?
it. So there it is.
Isn't that beautiful? Let me leave this up, and she won't be embarrassed because you're just looking at this thing, this screen. That Allison has really, she's been kicking ass in the design world this week. I mean, her friend's website, it looks lovely, absolutely lovely, and it's not easy, y'all. It's extremely difficult. So she's. You like it though, right? You enjoy it, dabbling with design.
Dabbling. I think when the bar is you and Evan in terms of design and development, it's easy to be hard on myself.
Sure. Well, yeah,
but not everybody is a Bivens. So yeah.
And then the irony is that the Bivens are hard on themselves too. So it's like a
Yes,
never-ending cycle of something.
Perfectionist people. All right. So for our next,
yes, what's our next?
For our next bit, we're gonna play another round of Is This Awesome?
And
great time with last week. So why don't we do it again this week?
Let's do this. I'm gonna head it over to AK for.
Hold on.
Yes.
I have to make myself go away. Goodbye.
Okay.
That's such a good, all-powerful feeling.
Tell me what this is about.
The life of an email and digital marketer is that I am looking at the stuff that everybody puts out and judging it so constantly. So this week, in my nice bulk email that I never check, I got this email from Michaels, and I'm horrified at it. So I decided to bring it here this week. The first thing, so the reason I even opened it in the first place, and I rarely open things in this entire email account, it was talking about tech deals, and I wanted to know what was Michael's, the crafting store, considering their tech week. And then I started scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Can you guys see where the mouse is? Is this not the most ridiculous thing that you have ever? I'm not even close to halfway yet. I'm still scrolling now. This is one email.
Wow.
And I don't consider a holiday charger. Is that tech week? I don't understand what's going on here. I do understand that they're trying to sell Cricut machines and stuff like that, which you do plug in. So therefore, is that the definition of technology? I don't know. By the way, I've just hit the halfway point on this email. I'm still scrolling. I'm so overwhelmed. I don't know. I understand they're trying to present me with options, and kind of this is this is the line at checkout where there's all the weird random things that you're trying to sell as impulse buys. But my God, that was painful. So you, dear watchers, get an email like this. Tell us what you think. Do you think it's awesome to have this bright, colorful assault on eyeballs to have to scroll through and make lots and lots of different choices? Or do you think, like me, this is overwhelming and a terrible way to send an email? It is time for you to vote. And you know how you can do that? By going to bivensbrothers.com/isthisawesome. I'm going to come back now. Did you guys miss me? Hey, you guys. Yeah, is this awesome? What do you guys think about an email? Okay, I'm now reading the comments. I see Anna has said this email is giving me anxiety. Amy has said not awesome. Sarah, really good question. Why is it all crammed in the center? That's because it was written to be a responsive email, so it will look good on a myriad of devices and internet service providers and email service providers. And that's one of the hardest battles that you have to fight, is designing something that looks as good on someone's iPhone as it does on their AOL dial-up email connection. So that's why you usually see stuff kind of towards the middle of the page in email design. Yeah. Oh, Meg says acrylic sealant isn't tech. Yeah. So I'm deducting so many points on the length. I'm deducting points on the fact that it does not adhere to this, line that they did use to get me to open it. Yeah. Is this awesome? Discuss. Matt, what do you think? Are you coming back? Are you so overwhelmed that I killed you over there? Is that what happened? I'll just keep talking and thinking about latkes. Matt, come back.
You're there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm here.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
You think this is awesome?
I think it's a nightmare. Yeah.
So if you were the Michael's CMO, you would fire the marketing manager who thought this email was a good idea.
Okay, I would do one thing. I would do first. I would kind of say, I appreciate your creativity. I appreciate your enthusiasm. Your love for marshals obviously is
Michael's.
unparalleled. However, you're out, buddy.
Well, and I'm looking through different emails that Michael's has sent me over the years, and they're all like this. So maybe this is just their aesthetic. Maybe, you go into a Michael's and it's a very like cluttered, crowded, overwhelming place.
Yeah.
And that is a technique, right? That's like a tactic to get people to like grab stuff and buy to get out of there.
Yes.
Maybe they're just trying to like bring Michael's into my inbox. Maybe they're trying to make me feel overwhelmed staring at my own screen.
I think you're right. I think that is a really excellent thought that and they're thinking also, yeah, exactly, because then they're thinking, look, we know that a lot of you aren't going to come into the store anyway, so let's give a little piece of the store to you.
So Anna has a really good point here. She says if the goal is to keep you from unsubscribing, because everybody knows the unsubscribe button is at the bottom of the email.
Mm-hmm. I'm making the amount.
Maybe this is like an assault tactic.
Surely I'm going to get to surely I can unsubscribe at some point today.
If I just keep, you want to see how many people. So we did have a poll on this. If anybody else wants to vote, it's
Yes.
bivensbrothers.com/is this awesome.
Yep. Sorry, I have to add that to this one too, but okay. We gotta go here. Right? Look at the green screen. Also, is this awesome? That's what the poll looks like. Is this awesome?
Yeah. Is this awesome?
Please. Yeah.
Did you vote, Matt?
Oh yeah, right.
What happened when you voted?
Hold on. Let's see. Awesome poll. I have to go here and I have to go there. I say it's not awesome.
All right, let's party. Let's see if it shows you the results. Oh, okay. So we have a unanimous decision on this one.
But that's important. They're still voting. It could change.
So listen. Well, and we did get some feedback earlier. I think it was Grace said that she would vote, but she's driving. So we do, recognize not everybody is sitting in front of their computers, like hanging on our every word as we do these. So, yeah, why not? Am I getting any better at my resting face? Did I do it any better that time?
Let's see. That's better. You've been working. Allison have been trying to work on her dead eye face. I think you've been working on it. It looks better.
I have been. I've been repeating affirmations in the mirror every morning, and then after I'm done with my affirmations, I practice my dead eyes.
Because they go hand to hand. They go together so well.
Exactly. It's called balance, Matt.
It's called balance.
It's true. So fun. Thank you guys so much for indulging us in our polls.
Yes, in our polls. We love polls. Do you like them? It would be, yeah.
We also just like it when you comment too. That's really pretty much fun.
We just like interaction with you on a Friday.
We just like to hear from you guys. All right. Yeah. You know what I think it might be time for?
What is it time for?
Do you have the title card ready?
I do.
Meleebag.
Meleebag.
Yay!
Yay! I know that we're very sadly missing audio. I know at that point when I put on that Meleebag screen, it's supposed to go. That's what it's supposed to do. It will do it someday. Trust us.
Baby steps. We have visuals now. We'll have audio soon. I harass Matt and Evan every single week for a theme song.
Yes, she does.
because there is a Bib Bros show theme song. I'm just gonna take it and add like, "Come on into the Bib Bros show," and Allison, like, and just make it creepy.
Well, this week I would have been real messed up because of the way that we tried to get Evan to join us, but then it fell apart and I had to scramble the whole thing. So, but look, getting lighter on our feet, aren't we?
Tried so hard.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes, title cards, Sarah. Yes, we are title carding it, and just watch this. So what we did, you might have missed last week, Ms. Mobley. What we did last week was we asked people to fill out a form where you ask us
On
questions.
the internet.
It could be a tech question. It could be a life question, a question about love. What's your favorite movies? What did we touch on last week? We answered a few.
It was very holiday centric. It was about like favorite holiday movies, favorite holiday songs. You were asked about your green screen setup. Nathan had a good one about what was it about? Oh, how much nerd would nerd if it would nerd could nerd nerds. So we had some tongue twisters.
Yeah,
some vocal warm ups.
And we didn't send it out this week because there were so many questions still on that Meleebag, but we're going to send it out again maybe next time. But anyway, we're a little. One note that we got is, could we please try to show the question as the questions are chosen? And now the other aspect of Meleebag is that the questions are chosen randomly. We have about 20 questions in the bag itself. So we are going to make this a random experience, and then I'm going to try to sort
like
of
the wind.
Put the question where it needs to be. All right, so Allison, you're in charge of the rolling and the asking, and I'm in charge of the putting together.
You don't want to roll any? I'm doing all of the rolling.
I've got to get my fingers ready to like type.
All right, fine. By the way, just quick plug for our prior segments. If you guys see something and you want us to talk about if it's awesome, you can send it to us. We would love to talk about. So just know that the door is officially open between all of us. Okay, great. Good talk, everybody. All right. So I have rolled a 3. And with the number 3, I am going to pull up a good question from our friend Anna Fitzgerald, aka Fitz. Fitz. Oh, I love this one. This is good. Don't think. Favorite D&D class and or race? Go.
Go. Okay.
Go.
I love it. There we go. Is that okay? Great.
Nice.
And you're asking me. That looks good. Favorite D&D class and or race? Go. Favorite D&D class is a bard, probably not too surprisingly, and or race. I think I don't know if I've ever not played a half elf, which is kind of sad, but I like the concept of two people, interracial, trying to get along, changing the world one baby at a time. That's my. How about you? Go.
I can I just say all magic casters. If I had to narrow it down, I've only been a sorcerer in that realm, and I love it because sorcerers are chaotic. Like there's no intelligence or rhyme or reason to what they can do. I am touched in one of our campaigns by wild magic. So when I cast spells, weird shit happens, and I feel like that would be how it would be if I was a D&D character. And I really like playing a tiefling as far as races go. They have like a demonic demon bloodline, but they're not necessarily bad. But their skin can be purple or pink, and they have horns and a tail. And I just think like I can see them in my brain, and I feel like they really would be beautiful creatures. So tiefling, race, sorcerer class.
Great. Love
Anna,
it.
Are you at all surprised at either of our answers? Anna's somebody that we play D&D with.
Yeah.
She knows. Yeah. Want to talk about what would bore us the most to play? I don't think I will ever play a ranger. Like that seems to me like the most boring of the D&D classes. What do you? Sorry, Anna, your question.
Maybe I could. Yeah, I could probably do. I would like to try to have. I could do a ranger. It would have to be a specialized one. All right. Enough of that. I will roll. How about that?
Okay. Diversifying interests. I like it.
Number 8 and go.
All right, this is coming from our friend Megan. So we're on a kick watching top quality comedies that wrapped up ages ago. We just finished Community and have moved on to Arrested Development. What bygone sitcom, this is the part you should probably write, Matt.
Okay.
What bygone sitcom should we add to our watch list next? What bygone sitcom should we add to our watch list next?
And what bygone sitcom? Is that how you spell bygone? What bygone sitcom should we watch next? Great.
I think so.
It's funny, bygone. I mean, that could go so far into the bygone era. But I guess they're all bygone if they have ended. Community, that's a strong thing. Not every season, of course, but man, when they were hitting, it was a good one. It took me multiple times to get into Community. The first season it had to find itself, but man, some of the weirdest, most delightful moments in television.
Right there.
I'll let you start. Sorry, I was just commenting on Community.
I'm okay with that. I mean, The Office is the one, if we're talking pure comedy, that comes to mind first. But I feel like most people have watched The Office by now. So digging, I don't know if we would count either of these as comedies, but I would say Gilmore Girls, which definitely has comedic bits to it. And that's I call that my palate cleanser. So whenever I finish like a brand new binge, I'll usually go back and watch some, if not all, of Gilmore Girls. And I really love it. And I didn't expect to. I kind of expected to hate it, honestly. And my other mainstay, again, not sure if this is considered a comedy, but it has comedic parts, Sex and the City.
Interesting. Okay. Sure. I mean, I really wouldn't I wouldn't call either of those sitcoms, but that's fine. I mean,
I guess
Yeah.
sitcom.
No, that's cool.
Okay,
That's
fine.
cool. No,
Well, then to answer the question, I'll say The Office.
okay. I just this year, beginning of March, beginning of the pandemic, basically. Well, a little bit before, but basically, we watched the entirety of Seinfeld because I missed every single one. Well, I missed everything from the 90s, every TV show, every movie. I missed pretty much everything pop culture in the 90s because I was in I could play GoldenEye, the game GoldenEye, and beat you at it. But that was the only thing that we really could do in the 90s besides play music and be in a van hurtling down the highway. So I missed all of those. So we've been trying to catch up. Seinfeld is surprisingly good, except for the last episode. Wow. But Seinfeld is great. And then we took a little detour into Golden Girls. The first season of that is pretty great.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. You have to kind of it honestly, we kind of capped out after the first couple of seasons because there's only so many ways you can tell that joke, but it is delightfully told every single time. So, that's a little.
I know one that we would probably both agree on that I just thought about as we qualified sitcom.
Okay.
Happy Endings.
Happy
On Too
Endings.
Soon. God, so good. That is like flawless end to end. And I mean, I was sad that I think it was Gone Too Soon. I think it ended too quickly, but it also didn't ever belabor the point, which a lot of these do. But man, that was such, So yes, Meigs,
the lost gem.
There's our official recommendation if you haven't yet. Treat yourself.
Yeah.
To Happy Endings.
Let's see. Sarah says Carol Burnett. Yes. Oh, and apparently Carol Burnett, I think Sarah told me this, that it's now on some weird channel, Roku or something, some weird thing. So, and I think they have like longer episodes or something. Fitz says the IT crowd, IT crowd.
I know that one.
Yeah. British. It has all the hits, has all the stars of the British sitcom scene. Matt Berry and so that's a good one. It's very British, but it's fun. So yeah, there's some good ones out there. Parks and Rec, of course. You're not a big Parks and Rec fan though. You couldn't get into it. But I say if you could push through, you would.
Well, and a lot of people have said because I tried like the first 5 episodes of season 1, and everybody has said just skip to season 2. Like you'll be fine. So maybe I'll we'll see. I'm really bad about staying in like a show hole and just watching the same thing over and over again instead of experimenting with new things. I know it's really unhealthy.
Right.
I'm gonna work on that.
Amy, thank you. Amy gave me a note about being quiet. Is this any better? I'm having super weird sound issues, so I apologize. It happens. But yes, good luck. Good luck on your sitcom watching. I say that in times of stress and anxiety on the outside, and you are 100% forgiven for being on the inside and taking care of yourself. And sitcoms are a good way to do it. Question number 3. What we got?
Big 15. Big money 15. This one's coming from your wife, and I have a feeling I know who it's aimed at. Okay. What vacuum do you recommend?
Okay.
For those of you who don't know, Matt is a little obsessed with vacuums and vacuuming. I think anything vacuum related. And
that's good.
Yeah, so tell us about your new babe.
Well, yes, I did for Black Friday. I did make a large purchase of a new vacuum cleaner, and I was very good, and I really waited a very long time to make this purchase because those decisions are very difficult for me. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's keep this short because I am a Dyson person. I really like the sort of sexiness of Dyson. And so I did get a new Dyson stick vacuum. It's actually the V10, so the model before, but it is the absolute version, which means it came with all the little bits. And I do love vacuuming. I love it. In fact, I am going to be going home to vacuum after this. I'm not joking. I noticed that it was like there was a couple of little pine needles on the floor. I'm not OCD, which is nothing wrong with that. I'm not OCD, thank God, actually. What if I was ADD and OCD?
And OCD?
That'd be terrible.
Nothing would ever get done.
It's not a compulsion. It is in fact, I think it actually is related to ADHD in the sense that that was my chore when I was little. And I think that even before then, though, it's the hum. It's the hum of the vacuum cleaner. It's that sound. It's very reassuring to me. So I think that's where the sort of little bit strange fetishy vibe comes from. But I like Dysons. The other one that I will eventually upgrade to someday when I make big bucks is the Miele. Apparently the Miele German brand is far superior. That's enough about that.
Wow.
Yeah, vacuum cleaners. I great gifts for the holidays because who doesn't want a cleaner house? And they make them. Man, this V10 on its highest level is as powerful as my plug-in old cranker, big old buddy. Right? They're getting better and better.
I really do love that this year you've sent me selfies with your new technology and your new vacuum. I also just really quickly want to point out that as long as I have known you/of you, right? Sexy has always been your word to describe an abundance of things. I have had this conversation with Lindsay before. Sexy. Yikes. That it's hard to be your wife because you call things sexy, but it's hard to be made to feel sexy if you're calling both her sexy and also like a sock sexy. And I think that this is a really endearing and lovely quality of you. So I really just adore that you opened up the entire bit talking about your sexy new vacuum.
Thanks. Sexiness is a frame of mind. It's a state of being. It's a large word. I have met people who use it similarly, and every single person that I've met that does that, I'm just immediately in love with them. Male, female.
Well, and then there's me who will never be sexy because I don't like olives, which Matt,
That's
by the
good.
way, thinks that people who like olives are sexier than people who don't like olives.
Uh, it's a theory. It's an older theory. I think you're plenty sexy. It's a thing.
That's what
Uh,
it's about.
yes. Uh, Absolutely. Our dear friend
Yeah.
Allison Osteen, Scott says that yeah. Which one did you get then, Allison? Because the V10 is pretty great. It's pretty darn great. But I think they're all pretty great. Dyson's weird because they still sell 7, 8, 10, and 11. I don't know why. They just keep selling them. Uh, by the way, if you ever need any kind of tax help, Osteen Tax, Florence, South Carolina,
Oh, that's
Allison
the
has
other
saved.
Allison.
That is always going to be the other Allison. I'm sorry. In here, it's always going to be the other Allison. I'm sorry. She's just a miracle. She's a miracle worker. Our friend Allison.
Allison, they say really nice things about you behind your back, which, like, not, I mean, they say nice things about a lot of people behind their backs. They're very nice guys, but like, I'm not trying to make it sound like Matt and Evan just trash talk people. No, but like, when like, cause they were talking about you and raving about you, and I'm like, who is this other Allison? Like, should I feel jealous? Like, do I need to get territorial? And then I found out you were an accountant. And like they were raving, I mean, like you were just
sexy accountant.
That's the accountant.
That's
exactly
the important part. Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yep. So just wanted you to know what people were saying about you behind your back, other Allison.
She knows. She knows. Last question, correct?
Okay. Yep.
All right. Yep. Oh yeah, she has
You're
the
rolling.
V7. She has a favorite. Okay, cool. And V7 is hardcore. 16. What does 16 get us?
Right. While I pull up 16, do you want to give a plug to what Amy just talked about with Vienna Tang and her virtual show she has coming up?
Yeah, I don't know if the whole thing will. Yeah, will. Great. Our friend Amy Cox, who is keeping it real with all manner of her clients, her musician clients and friends, trying to keep this art world alive in this bizarro land. And Vienna Tang is just not only an incredible singer-songwriter, a talent, she is just an awesome person. She's like a freaking scientist and all. She's like genius level. But anyway, so there's a streaming worldwide tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. Please go watch it live or 72 hours. Cool. Yes, we plan to have Caption Point assist with adding captions after the fact. Yes, that's true. We did talk about that. I forgot. I mean, I didn't forget, you know what I mean? But we also have ASL. Come on, man. Come on.
Amazing.
ViennaTang.com. All right. All right. We know that you guys have to get on with your weekends. But what does 16 get us?
So this could be a good note to end on. It's one that we have pondered all week. It's my family members and I don't agree on how to deal with COVID over the holidays. How to deal.
How to.
And it's interesting. Yeah. Family members and I don't agree on how to deal with COVID over the holidays, how to deal.
COVID and the holidays, how to deal. Okay, great.
There it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we did have the discussion with Mom this week, and then that kind of, then we discussed with Allison, and I know it is unbearably difficult for some people, and I absolutely get it. I think in some ways we were lucky that Evan and myself and our mother ended up being exactly on the same page, because I keep saying this, she's an actor that has not been able to act on stage. She lives alone, so she's been alone in her house, bless her heart, for oh my gosh. Well, it makes me verklempt. But it's but she said, look, you guys would be driving in unsafe places, unsafe cities, unsafe things. You would get here. Yes, it would be joy to see each other, but man, that joy would just be tinged with all this anxiety nonstop. So the way that we are okay with it is just that we know as soon as we can, we're going to go hang out with Mom for as long as we can. We know that, and she knows that. So that is what we're going to do, and we're going to try to up our Zoom game. Part of why I've been dealing with all this tech and really getting into it is to kind of make Zoom better. But I think in turn that will make it easier for us to feel closer to the holidays. We've sent presents to each other. We're just gonna put Zoom on for a few hours on Christmas Day, and again, it's just a day, right? So if there's any way that day could be celebrated in April, May, June 2021 with the same kind of joy and the same kind of fervor that we normally celebrate it, either Hanukkah for the next, weekish or so, or the 25th, that's what we were being urged to do as a country, and that feels like the right decision. There are definitely ways to do it, I'll go if anybody's interested. I have been learning about how to watch movies together. There's obviously like Netflix Party, which is something else now, but there's one that I didn't think about. It's Plex. Plex is like a service. It's a bunch of things, but that one sounds really cool because apparently with Plex you can hook your account into a regular old Roku, right? That mom would have, or Amazon Fire or something. And so I will learn about that. I'll get back to y'all as far as watching things together. Yeah. So, AK, you have a harder thing. I do. It's a little bit tougher for you when we support you in every way.
And I haven't full disclosure, made my decision yet. And that's because of some advice that Matt gave me a couple of weeks ago, where basically you just have to give yourself the grace to change your mind. Yeah. And know that like we're rapidly getting new information. So the information that we have now, which is pretty much don't travel, don't go anywhere, don't leave your house, don't put yourself or anybody else at risk. And I understand that. Is different from what we were getting at the end of the summer and leading into Thanksgiving, where it was like, hey, if you can isolate, if you can get a COVID test, if you can, kind of check all of these different boxes, you may be cleared to travel. So my family is in Alabama, 6 hours from me by car. So I could make it on a tank of gas door to door, wouldn't have to come in contact with anybody, but I have to think about the risk of what if I am unknowingly carrying it, and things like that. So just kind of giving myself the space to, I've started the discussions with my mom of what is the contingency plan if I do decide closer to the day of that it's just not safe for them and or safe for me. And so we're just going to be really full of grace and kind to each other, which I think is really important. And just have those frank discussions. So I was feeling anxiety about it. I talked to Matt and Evan about it. And then I called my mom and I talked to her about it. I think this is one of those situations that you can't, kind of run and hide from. You just have to put it on the table. So
it's tough. It's very tough.
So that's what I'm dealing with. I as of right now, I'm planning, and part of it is I live alone. I have weathered this storm by myself all year long. I have not been home in 2 years because last December I had a far sexier reason. I was on a tour bus with a bunch of knuckleheads. And so I sat Christmas out last year, but as a result, it's now been 2 years since I've been home. And so I'm going to try, and I've already started my self-isolation. I will, be getting a COVID test, and I obviously want to wait till closer to time, and things like that. So you just kind of have to weigh all the pros and cons, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But we're no matter what, we know that you all have all the good reasons. So just be safe and take care, and I really do love the idea. If anybody needs extra tips and tricks on how to bring, Sarah Walden had a great one. We're going to do some of this, the Jackbox games. They're really great. I mean, I know that some of you will be dealing like we are going to be with like tech adverse people, parents usually, which is tough. Yeah. That's kind of the missing thing. But I can also go into how easy it is to network into someone's computer. That's a big deal. I'm definitely going to be doing that for Mom. So you have an app on your side. She installs an app on her side, and then I see her screen.
My problem is, my parents just don't have the technology for me to, like, their computers are so old and so decrepit. Like, I was trying to help my mom and aunts figure out how to Zoom. And I'm thinking it's easy, like download the app, or because they have smartphones, they have tablets and things like that, but they want to be able to, the Zoom experience on a cell phone is very different from a Zoom experience on a desktop or laptop.
It is.
And so, and my mom, none of her computers, I say that like she's just sitting in computers, but it's like they have like one like tower. And I think my mom has like a Surface, like circa first generation Microsoft Surface tablet, and like, so I don't even have a way to get her on Zoom. For that to even be a possibility. So
I hear you.
And yes, Lisa, this time last year we were in Boston.
Wait, what is that? Oh yeah.
She said this day last year I was at a freaking Jump concert. Yep.
Yeah.
I've been providing Matt and Evan with daily updates through my Facebook memories about where we are and what we had done. So this time 1 year ago, Matt and I were busy watching Buffy on the bus at like 3:00 in the morning. Got through an entire season that way.
We did. Yeah.
No regrets. So
no regrets. No regrets. Yeah. Yes. It's a different world, right? It's a different world. And 2021
remember that
also
time?
Be a different world.
Remember that time that we were going to start this year and we were going to do Caption Point all year long and nothing but.
Oh my gosh! I just today talked about that. How major plans and work and energy spent on something that we expected the entire year to be. So yes, grace, change. Look, we're surviving. We're okay. We're gonna make it happen. I'd like to brag just for 1 second, real quick. But one thing that that makes it okay for me to not have spent the entire year working with accessibility and helping make theater more accessible to people all over the country, which is what we all wanted to do at the beginning of the year. And we went to a conference for it, and everything was like amazing.
And 1 week later.
And 1 week later. But what's amazing about life, what's amazing about this journey of life is that in that time, basically March until now, my wife, who is a person with a disability, has a job with a group that upholds and supports that, and really their job is to kind of take people with disabilities and make them leaders, help make them leaders in the community and in the nation and so on and so forth. And Lindsay, just this past week, got accepted for 2021 Fellowship Institute for this organization, which is the way to end this year, right? Because the beginning of the year, all of us, including her, we were going to be captioners. We were going to do that. And at the end of the year, look, she's stepping out, man. She's still keeping the dream alive, which is in many ways more important than me doing it, honestly. So I have felt totally okay with that, and even more okay with that. And so we can all put energy into that instead. And we've done a lot of things. Look, we weren't doing this a year ago, were we? Something like it, but not like this. Anyway, so
you were playing with Ecamm Live, but it was the lo-fi, kind of low.
Oh, it was lo-fi like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, man. So it's good. It's gonna be good. And we got this, everybody. We got it.
We do.
We got each other, and we, as always, I enjoy doing this. Thanks for tuning in to this Friday Melee. Next week we'll have Evan back. Yeah. So
we did it.
We did
it without him.
We did it without Evan.
You survived.
I did not learn the name of this beautiful jelly donut. I did not learn how to pronounce it. But it's okay. I'm gonna go eat them anyway. Happy Hanukkah, everybody. Yeah. And we appreciate you. And we will see you next week, right, Allison? Maybe with some music next time. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Bye, you guys.
Bye, everybody.